Does the trade seem like almost 5 years ago or yesterday?
Yeah, seems like a long time ago, right? Yeah, it does. It does. It feels like a long time ago, and I think we kind of talked about it earlier in the year of how it's kind of, my career now has spent more time here. So, yeah, it certainly feels like a long time ago.
Do you still feel like an emotional charge of playing your former team?
No, not so much anymore. No. And really, I mean, we played them in that playoff game was such a big deal, and then the next year played them again, and that felt like even less. And so now it's even further removed, and yeah, they're a really good team, and we'll have our hands full.
Is that almost the new step of this? The past.
We're still talking about it. All right, go ahead.
Your time there is well in the past. Is it almost like this new chapter is the rivalry now between your Lions and?
Sure, yeah, I hope so. I think we're both really good teams. I got so much respect for those guys over there, and how well they're playing, how well they're coached. Certainly. The film I'm watching of their defense is really impressive, and Coach Shula is doing a great job. And then obviously we know what they're doing on offense, scoring all the points. Matthew's playing really well, and the whole thing. So yeah, we've got our hands full and got to find a way to win.
What do you think? I don't know how much you watch him, crossover tape or anything, but what do you think of the way that Matthew's playing?
Played really well. Yeah, he is. He's doing a good job, and we do get some crossover tape here and there, and he's one of those guys you like to watch on tape. It's good.
With Sam and Brock out, how much of a lift has Jameer given you guys in the passing game?
Yeah, it's been great. He's certainly filled some of those targets and catches for us, and he can just do so much, and it's kind of like he's just scratching the surface on his route running ability and what he can do out of the backfield. So it's exciting, and maybe continue to do that with him.
Jared, just things kind of feel normal a little bit now. You got 3 back-to-back Thursday games. Now you're going back to more of a traditional style. But going through that stretch, getting through that, moving forward to this game, do you feel like that? How do you feel like
that? Yeah, I mean, it feels like December football now, and you're lucky to be playing games that matter. Not every teams are, and so you look at it as a great opportunity to go out there and find a way to get a win against a really good team, a team that's playing really well, and they're coming off a really big win of their own, and so we'll go out there and do our best and try to get a W.
Jared, you mentioned how well that Rams defense is playing. When you pop on the tape, what's the first thing that catches your eye?
The D line's really good. They get after the guys, and our O line's ready for the challenge. They are, but that D line, they've been building that for a few years now, and they're starting to come together now. And I think just how well coached they are. You can tell how sound it is. I think 53 is playing as well as anyone in the league right now at linebacker, and they're doing a good job.
Dan got this question the other day, but what is the difference between being the hunted and the hunter? Last year you guys were 15-2. Everyone's chasing you. This year you guys are chasing other teams for playoffs.
What's the difference? Yeah, I think you're in a little bit of a different mentality sometimes, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you're trying to win every game regardless of whether you've won 9 or 10 in a row like we had last year, or trying to get on a winning streak like we are now. So I don't know. I don't know really how to answer that, but I guess you're in a little bit of a different mentality of trying to be the underdog and find a way to use that as motivation.
Does it feel more urgent, or do you appreciate the underdog status?
You're definitely urgent. I think you're always urgent, though. Like, you don't ever want to be non-urgent, and even if you're sitting here at 12 wins or something and you lose urgency, and then bad things happen. So no, you don't ever want that either. So no, I think the underdog thing is fun, though. You like to play from people doubting you, and I think we thrive off that.
You told us post-game you used your arm to show where you guys want to be ascending this point in the year. Does it feel, especially this year across the NFL, with so much parity, that if a team does get hot right now, you can take that into the postseason and
no
beat
doubt.
that team?
Oh, yeah. I mean, sure, there's 4 games left. You can do that with a game or 2 left. You can kind of put it all together and find it, and yeah, we'd like to put it all together this week and start that upward trajectory. We really started last week, and scoring 44, our defense playing the way they did, and finding a way to win. We've started that, like I said, that upward trajectory, and got to find a way to continue it this week.
Personally, how much has this year been kind of a challenging experience in the sense that you've had to adjust to different personnel on the offensive line, you've had the tight end situation happen, the play caller switch. I mean, yet you've been able to maintain your standard of performance. I mean, what has this year been like, I guess, just having to deal with all that?
It's been great. I mean, we're 8-5 and got a lot of games ahead of us. We still control a lot of what we can do here, and want to find a way to win the next one.
It's been a handful of games now. How do you like Dan calling the plays?
He's doing great. He's doing really good. I thought last week was really good.
Jared, Coach Shula, I believe, was there when you were there in a lesser role, taking that defense obviously to new heights. What kind of stamp has he put on it? What are they doing maybe a little differently schematically than maybe when you were practicing against that unit?
Oh, yeah, they're so much different than when I was there. A couple coordinators removed at that point. I think Coach Shula, when I was there, was a damn good linebackers coach, and then has become a damn good coordinator. And when we played them in the first game of the year last year, you can see the evolution from then to now. And they're just all on the same page. They play really sound football. They're really well coached on the back end. They're really well coached on the second level, and the D-line gets after the quarterback. So it's a good recipe.
And Jared, we heard you mention post-game that J-Mo's become like as reliable a guy as you've ever had. I don't know if there's like a singular moment, but when did you begin to feel that level of comfort, faith in him in big moments like the game?
It's gradually grown to that. I mean, it's been moments over the years that have led to that. But I think, throughout this season, you've seen him, the way he works, the way he wants to put in the work. He wants to know what he can do better, what he can do this, and then he shows up on Sundays like he has been the last handful of weeks, dude. It's like, him and St. Brown out there. It's who else do you want at receiver? Making those plays at the end of the game, and I'm lucky to have them both, and he's playing really well right now.
So after the performance that you guys had as a collective D-line, you have Al-Quadin Muhammad getting Defensive Player of the Week for the NFC.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something you can build off of as a unit?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he had a great game, super productive. Couldn't be happier for him. And it's great as a unit too. I thought we really played at a high level all the way around as a D-line all game. So it's great to see, and it's something that we gotta continue to build on, like you said, and continue to use that momentum to continue to push us forward through this last stretch of the season.
A lot of the guys were asked about these last 4 games and the urgency of it. You guys are chasing a playoff spot, but at this time last year you were chasing a number 1 seed.
Right.
Does it feel any different, if at all?
I didn't play too much last year,
Sure.
so I can't give you too much on it, but I think we're in a great position. We put ourselves in a great position right now, and we just got to keep on winning and doing our thing, and we can control our destiny, I think.
It seemed in the fourth quarter against the Cowboys, you really turned up. Just how much, pride do you take in being a closer, so to speak, in games like that?
It's great, and me and Jared have conversations all the time, because I tell him, you get us that lead, and then you really get in those pin your ears back situations as a D-line where you can just hunt, and that's why it's so fun playing with a good offense, because when your offense is so productive, the offense you're going against is like, we gotta get going here now, So it's we're always joking around a lot about that, but yeah, it's great. It was a fun game, man, and we got the dub, and so now we got all those chips on the Rams.
We heard you on the mic, Dub, joking around with Al-Quadin, like, I was trying to get that half sack or whatever.
Yeah.
Just how much do you and him, now that you guys are so close here down the stretch, friendly competition going back and forth of who could finish with more?
I'm not too big into it, if I'm being honest. I'm just we'll joke around about it. I think about people trying to steal halves from each other, but ultimately, I know Quan is rooting for me, and I'm rooting for him. I want him to, after this season, do his thing and kind of get his fruits from his labor this year. And so, I think it's a great relationship, because it's not that you try to bring each other down, but I want what's best for him. He wants what's best for me. Let's see who will get there. You know what I mean? So it's fun. It's fun. It's great having a lot of productivity from the DNs, and we just got to keep it up and finish strong too. And that's the emphasis.
Growing up here, you're quite familiar with the quarterback who's going to be on the other sideline this weekend,
right.
But you've also played against Matthew Stafford a couple of times. This year, what looks different about him? Because, leading the league in passing touchdowns is no easy feat for a veteran QB.
Yeah, no, he's having a hell of a year, man, and every year we play him, it's no matter what his statistics are, he's a dangerous quarterback, So it's we're gonna get this game plan going, execute it, and plan is to come out there with a win and be on our way. But that's playing against a quarterback like this. He's there's a reason he's been doing it for so long at a high level. It's because he really he's great,
Obviously, you guys would like to win every game if you could, but just given the situation, chasing the playoff spot and where you guys are, what can players learn about themselves in moments like this?
You'll probably keep asking me that in every game we play, because it's just kind of that situation we have. So, and really, even if even if circumstances were different, every game is just a very monumental game when you're making a playoff push. So it's hard to put one. Last week everything was in on Dallas, and now it's every week as a player you take your time to prepare the best way you can for that game, and then you go out there Sunday and show what you've been prepping.
Is it going to feel weird to be playing on a Sunday again after back-to-back Thursday games?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we had a great weekend off. 3 games in a week and a half has been a little wild, So it was a great time off, and it almost felt like a little mini bye week to head into this last portion of the season.
Had you spent a little bit of time off?
I didn't get up from my couch. I didn't. Especially with the snow, there's not much to do in Michigan when the weather's so crazy. So yeah, I was just watching Stranger Things, finished that up. I didn't get up. It was a little bad.
You don't exactly seem like the kind of guy that's going to sit and read your press clippings or take those pats on the back and just kind of sit and get fat and sassy. But is there any validation of your performances that have become so consistently excellent this year?
No, I'm just still trying to be consistent with what I do. There's just so many things where I feel like I can still improve, and there's also areas I think I'm doing well. But like the main thing is honestly all I really want to do is just make this playoff push, and it starts with the Rams and the challenges that they present. We're gonna have our work cut out for us defensively this week, and I just feel like there's so many more areas that me personally, but also the defense. There's so many steps I feel like we can take, and there's just some things that I think that we just need to keep improving on at this point in the season. That's really going to help us push to where we want to get to. So. Anything specific? I guess I can just kind of speak for myself, I guess. I mean, I can speak for the defense too, but I mean, everyone's kind of got their own little things. But really, eye discipline's just so huge. I'm just saying defensively, zone coverage, man coverage, and that's the thing about the quarterbacks nowadays. When your ability to extend a play, it makes it hard to guard a guy that long, and then the receiver's abilities to just snap off routes whenever they want. When they have the chemistry with the quarterback, like this week, both those guys, both the receivers and the 9 have played. I mean, the 12's young, he's my class, but 17 and 9, those guys have been in the NFL for so long. So, I mean, I feel like they improvise a little bit, especially on the goal line. You'll see in the tight red, they will run a crunch, or they'll just and people know it's coming. They'll run a fade or a slant, and no one can stop it. So, I mean, we have our work cut out for us, but I'd say also just communication. There's just some stuff that it starts with me, but at the same time, just everyone getting the call and the play, and I feel like too, it's just it's been good, but just it's just different, getting the personnels and everything. We have a lot of different packages this year. So being on the same page of what package is out there and who's out there at the time, I feel like that's a thing we can improve on. And then for me, I just feel like, shoot, I always just tell myself, the most important thing that I can do to improve is just my key. How fast can I get my key, my pass run key? Because everything else is going to fall into place if I can get out. It helps me move a little bit faster. So I guess during practice, that's something just focus on is just my key, my first step, and not thinking too much.
How much of that performance and just showing that anybody can step up and be the hero of the day, win NFC Defensive Player of the Week, how much this time of year is it the message in this room if it can be anybody's day, especially in December?
I mean, what you put in it, that's what you get out of it. So, what I did in the game, I practiced my butt off, every day. So I'm not surprised, and got the opportunity to really, get out there and be on the edge and make something happen.
What's the biggest challenge going against this Rams high-powered offense?
Just again, building on what we just did in this past game and taking that next step. To keep winning.
When you guys have your backs against the wall, Dave asked Jared just now, somebody asked Dan, just being the team that was the hunter last year to now being the team that's in the hunt and being kind of a hunt. I mean, how different is that mentality?
To me, it really doesn't matter. I don't think, I don't get caught up in it. I don't think this team, this organization is getting caught up in last year. This is a new year, and it don't matter. You just got to find a way to win.
Does it feel more urgent though?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
every week is urgent, you know. And right now, you know, it's probably more urgent, but again, last year, this year, it is urgent, and we got to win. That's what it is. It's week to week. We got to get the job done. We will.
What do you see from Stafford on film? The type of ball that he's playing.
I mean, he's a veteran quarterback. He's smart. He get the ball out pretty quick, you know, and when he's rolling, he's rolling. So, you know, we got to find his way to disrupt him.
To get that pressure with the 4 guys up front, you know, when you guys do those this week against a veteran quarterback like that.
It's a mentality. You know, as long as we go in this game with the right mentality, you know, and we play good in all 3 phases, we'll be fine. You know, we'll get it done, and we'll be happy at the end of the game.
Actually, coming out of the locker room the other day, you know when your last 3-sack performance was?
This is the first one.
First one. I mean, like high school, something like that? Yeah, anything like that?
Maybe in high school. Yeah.
You don't remember the game or anything like that?
I don't remember the name of the team right now, but I remember the game. It was like the first game my junior year. So yeah.
I'm sorry if you're racist too, but just thoughts on being a defensive player of the week too.
It's a good feeling, but to me, it's a testament that the work that I put in. So I'm not surprised.
Hey, Hutch mentioned after the game that the coaching staff kind of took the reins off the D-line last week, but that let you guys kind of rush with more of a pass-first mentality. Yeah. Could you feel that, and how does that change things for you?
I mean, we want to just pin our ears back and go, you know, but each week the game plans is different, you know, and he did. He let us loose and gave us the opportunity to go out there and make something happen. And again, you know, it's all of us. It's not just me out there making sacks and stuff like that. It's all us rushing together. So shout out to the whole D-line.
Do you feel like that approach suits your style of rushing specifically? I mean, you're a twitchier, faster guy. Does that let you kind of play to your strengths even more?
Absolutely. I mean, I played a lot inside early on in the season and made some stuff happen, but I'd rather be, you know, on the edge. But again, whatever the coaches do or this team or this organization need me to do, I'm happy to do. So.
If it's not frustrating, just the progress you were making, that this line was making as a cohesive unit, how do you put into words maybe just stunting that progress because of the injury?
I mean, I don't think it's really stunted. I think the guys that have played in, these guys, man. I think the guys that have been in there have done a great job, right? So I don't think it's stunted any progress. So I love watching these guys play, and then hopefully I could just implement myself right back in.
When we talked to Miles Frazier, he kind of talked about you being someone there that supported him, that kind of asked him to be ready. What have you thought of how he's performed? Obviously just one game here, but...
I mean, I think our stories are kind of like similar, right? Like miss all of camp. I guess that's like the blueprint maybe, like miss all of camp and then just, you know, get your rep. Nah, but I mean, he's doing great. I mean, I told him, I was like, look, anything can happen. It was the same thing with me. Like I missed camp. Like I didn't really know. Like we're kind of in the same boat. And then something happened with me. So I said, like, look, this is your opportunity. And he's doing really good so far. So anything he needs, I'll be there for him for sure.
Can you talk about the difficulty of missing all that time and then just kind of jumping right in the middle of the season?
I mean, you know, like this was the NFL. I didn't know what to expect at the time. And then just jumping in, you know, I had really good guys. I had Frank, Deck, Panay, and Zeitler. So I was like the young guy just soaking it all in. So having those guys, and now it's a little different. We're a little younger, so it's a lot better. So it was tough, but it's good now.
When do you think you can get back into the mix?
I'm hoping this week or next week.
If you don't mind me asking, mentally, where are you at? You know, just having the start that you did and having to go through that and, you know, trying to run back up.
I mean, it's good. Like I said, I've been through an injury before. This is nothing. This was like best case scenario. No surgery needed. So we're good where we're at, and now it's just dusting off some rust and feeling good.
When you first went down, how quickly did you transition to thinking about this coming back and playing again this season?
Right away. I mean, you know, like once I heard I didn't need to have a surgical procedure, I just said, what do I need to do to be able to play this year?
Yeah. Those NFL logos on the helmets.
Yeah, it was really like I was playing Madden. Like I was like, oh snap, R2. Like I was like, oh snap. Nah, but it was surreal.
The block you had on Gibbs' first touchdown kind of cleared out. I think it was Odighizuwa on the inside. When you can make a block like that in your first series, just what does it tell you about yourself? I guess what did that do for you in the moment to know that you could make a block?
I would just say Jahmyr Gibbs is, I think, him and Demo, the combination, best backs in the league. So it's like I really don't even got to do much, honestly. Like me, I blocked, and I was like, oh, snap, he scored. But that's the expectation for him. Like every single time he touched the ball, 9 times out of 10, he going to score. So it's like, for me, I feel like I really didn't even do anything. It was all him.
I think his second touchdown, you and like Decker passed off blocks to each other. Can you explain how you're already doing that so seamlessly, even though that was your first?
No, Decker's my dog. He's the first offensive lineman I informally met because he texted me after I got drafted. So like he helps me with anything I need during the plays, like in the building, whatever they need, whatever I need, he basically helps me. So I definitely appreciate him. Like he makes it, him and Graham, like next to me, make my job so much easier.
What did he say when he texted you?
Nah, he was like, I forget, I'm not gonna lie. I got it on my phone. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. My phone acting slow.
Bright lights on, of course.
Decker. He said, welcome to Detroit, bro. This is Taylor Decker. Enjoy it with the fam. And I just said, appreciate it. Like it was big for him to text. It was right after I got drafted. So I was like, dang, like. I knew who Decker was, obviously, before I got here. But for him to text me, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of starstruck. Like, I'm not gonna.
Right away?
Yeah, I did, definitely.